So a few years ago, I thought that a muggle was only a character from the Harry Potter books who didn't believe in the wizard world. Then I realized that I was a muggle, because it's also what we call people who don't know what geocaching is. So if you're a muggle right now, you won't be for long. Back in 2000, in the Pacific Northwest, geocaching got started by a few enterprising young people who decided to harness the power of multi-million-dollar satellites to hide Tupperware in the woods for other people to find. It sounds a little silly, sure, but it's become a worldwide phenomenon. There are now over 6 million registered users on the site and over 2.5 million caches hidden around the world. Using GPS coordinates that others have uploaded to the site, cachers will drive, hike, bike, paddle, dive, sometimes fly to destinations where they know a cache has been hidden. A cache can be a large container filled with trinkets and toys, or it can be smaller than a marble and hidden in a pile of pebbles. Inside each cache, you will find a logbook where you're expected to record your geocaching.com username and the date that you found the cache. Sometimes all that will fit is the logbook. Cachers take great pride in thinking up unique ways to hide their caches. You often have to learn to check the obvious and then think way outside the box. That piece of bark that's leaning maybe a little too conveniently against that stump could be hiding the cache. That bolt that looks a little out of place on the bridge, it could be a magnetic cache. GPS coordinates will get you close, often within a few meters, but in the end, it's really up to you to find it. Once you've located the cache, if it's big enough to hold a few treasures, you may want to trade with something that you've brought from home. For the kids, this is definitely the best part. And once you've done your trade and you've signed the logbook, close it back up and re-hide it for the next cachers to find. There are a few rules to keep the game safe and fair, but basically, as long as the cache is not hidden on private property, and it's somewhere safe for people to find, safe for the natural habitat, not hidden too close to another cache, and it's not buried, it's fair game. For our family, caching is about getting up in the morning and not knowing where we'll end up for the day. Our daughters are 8 and 5 years old, and they have biked and hiked many kilometers with us this summer. I love that it gives us a mission for the day, a reason to get outside and be active when the lure of Netflix and air conditioning can be so tempting. It's something that you can spend all day roaming if you'd like to, or take a few minutes on the way to your next appointment. Over the course of our summer caching with the kids this year, I noticed our daughters becoming much more comfortable with the idea of an unplanned adventure. And I think that learning to go with the flow while tackling a challenge and solving a puzzle are all great things to practice. Now they ask me to check if there's a cache nearby, and they look forward to whatever hidden gem we might find. Did you know that there is a secret garden behind the Catholic Church in Kenilworth, just up Highway 6? We also found an amazing climbing tree at the Rockwood Conservation Area, and the kids have discovered that every small town in rural Wellington County has a Daisy Mart, and they all have popsicles. Geocaching is also a really fantastic way to get beyond the typical tourist path when you're traveling far from home. We've found caches on the side of a mountain in Alberta, next to the Pacific Ocean in Vancouver, and on the shores of Loch Ness in Scotland. And each time we found something that we never would have seen otherwise, like this cave in South Africa where my cousin and I discovered a view of the Indian Ocean. The cave entrance itself was hidden, and there's no way we would have ever seen this if we hadn't been hunting for a cache. I love that fellow travelers place these caches in places to help us discover them. There are caches in the deserts of Namibia, along the Great Wall of China, and if you're feeling adventurous and you like the cold, you may want to head to find As North as It Gets, which is a cache that is hiding near Alert on Jolliffe Bay at the top of the Canadian Arctic. It's not just vacation destinations or the countryside to discover. No matter where you live in the city of Guelph, there is a cache near you, and it might just be a corner of the city that you haven't seen before. So what do you need to get started? Back in the day, admittedly, it was complicated. You needed a standalone GPS unit. You had to plan your route, print the caches that you wanted to find, manually upload the coordinates to your unit, locate it, and then go home and log your finds online. Smartphones have made it so much easier. Download the Groundspeak geocaching app, and you're ready to go. Virtually anywhere you are in southern Ontario, there will be a cache within quick driving distance, if not walking distance. So I hope that you will all go out and go exploring, discover something new in your neighborhood or on your next road trip, and remember that you are not geocaching muggles anymore.